What would be the first step? We have few students online. Brian, can you tell me what's the first step to simplify this?
Factor out all binomials or trinomials that can be factored.
Okay, very good. So let's start with the first part. How do you factor this part here?
X plus 3, parentheses, x plus 3, and a parentheses times parentheses x minus 3 and a parentheses.
Okay, very good. So this part here would be x plus 3, x minus 2, because that's a difference of square, right? So every time you have a difference of square, you can factor it that way. So let's do that. So that would be x minus 3 times x plus 3. All right, let's see. How do we factor this? Samantha, you want to try this one? How do you factor this? Is this factorable? Okay, those of you online, if you are not sure how to answer the question, you can put the X next to your name so I can move on. But if you know how to factor, you can just go and click on your microphone and respond. For some of you typing, that's okay too. Samantha, you're saying that yes, but I'm not sure how to factor it. Okay. Shanisha, how about you? You want to go ahead and click on your microphone and tell me if you know how to factor this?
Is it the sum of cubes?
Very good. This is a sum of cubed. Let's take a look if it is a sum of the cubes. The first term here is x. And what's the second term, Shanisha?
3.
Very good, 3. So if I know how to factor sum of cubed, then I'll be able to factor this. So if I have x cubed plus y cubed, okay, Shanisha, you want to try, see if you remember how to factor sum of cubed, what goes into the first parentheses? Okay, once again, if you're not sure how to answer the question, you can put the X next to your name so I can move on.
Is it x squared plus 3 squared in parentheses and then times x plus x times 3 plus 3 squared?
Okay, well, let's concentrate on this main equation first. Can you tell me what goes in here? If I have x cubed plus y cubed, what goes inside the first parentheses? This one here. Okay, Brian, can you help us here? What do you think? Tell me the formula here, Brian.
A plus b times a squared, or x plus 3 times x squared minus 3x plus 9.
Okay, well, I was more looking for the general form. So if I have x cubed plus y cubed, inside the first parentheses we have xy, and in the second parentheses we have x squared. We square the first term, and then the middle term would be xy, first term times the second term, and this last term would be second term square, which is y squared. And then if this is positive, this is positive, and if the first parenthesis sign is positive, the signs alter between plus and minus in the second one. So this one would be minus, this would be plus. So we have to remember the main formula, and then here your x, your first term is x in this case also, so that would be x here, that would be x squared, that would be x. Your second term here is 3, so that's where you put here 3, and here we put 3, and then here we put 3 squared, and then we have to make sure we put the right sign here. That would be plus, that would be minus, that would be plus. So to factor this, we have x plus 3 times x squared minus 3x plus 9. That's how you factor it. And as you see, the second term is never factorable. It's always prime. So this would be prime. And looks like we have part of that here. So this is obviously is prime. It's not factorable. So if I change, now I have to change this division to multiplication. To do that, we keep the first fraction as is. Brian, can you tell me what do you do with the second fraction to change division to multiplication?
You flip it.
Right, you flip that. So we change the division to multiplication, and we flip this. So this x to the power of 2 minus 3x plus 9 goes to the top of the fraction, and now we can look for reducing these, and looks like x plus 3 and x plus 3 can be reduced. All these can be reduced, and at the end I would get x minus 3 at the top of the fraction over x plus 3 at the bottom of the fraction. Now let me ask this question. Can I reduce this? Is this reducible? Samantha, do you think this is reducible? Can I reduce this, Samantha?
Can you factor a -1 from the top?
Well, if I factor a -1 from the top, what's going to happen? I would get, if I factor a -1 from x minus 3, then I have to ask myself, what times -1 give me x? So it must be minus x. What times -1 give me -3? So it must be 3. That's what I get, right, Samantha?
Yeah, so you can't factor it.
Right, so this would be 3 minus x if I factor. And then you see at the bottom of the fraction I don't have 3 minus x, so it's not factorable. If at the top of the fraction I had like a minus b, and then I had b minus a at the bottom of the fraction, then yeah, what you were suggesting would work to simplify that. Okay, very good. All right, let's take a look at